From a 15-point deficit, Caitlin Clark and the Fever come back to defeat the Mercury 88-82. AP, the Indiana Fever defeated the Phoenix Mercury 88-82 on Sunday because of a strong performance from Caitlin Clark, who finished with 15 points, 12 assists, and 9 rebounds. With 19.9 seconds remaining, Clark sank 2 free throws to extend the Fever's lead to 3 points. She was only 4 of 14 from the field and 2 of 10 from three-point range. In the first half, Indiana's deficit was as high as 15 points. With 35 seconds remaining, a shot by Kelsey Mitchell gave Indiana a decisive edge. But 12.9 seconds remaining, she converted 2 free throws to seal the victory. The Fever finished June 7-4 after finishing May 1-8. Elijah Boston led the team with 17 points and 8 rebounds, while Elisa Smith finished with 12 points and 15 rebounds. For Indiana, Timmy Bentel scored 10 points. For Phoenix, Brittany Griner scored 24, Diana Taurasi scored 19, and Natasha Cloud scored 15. Despite only scoring 7 points on 3 of 15 shots before fouling out in the closing seconds, Kalia Copper, who came into the game ranked 3rd in the WNBA at 22.7 points per game, was mostly responsible for protecting Clark. It was Taurasi and Clark's first encounter on the court. Taurasi, 42, is in her 20th WNBA season and is the league's all-time top scorer. When Clark was born, she was a Connecticut student. Prior to the game, the rookie for the Fever stated that Taurasi was one of her role models from the time she first heard about the WNBA. Reality is Coming was Taurasi's response when questioned about Clark joining the league following her stint at Iowa, when she led the Hawkeyes to back-to-back NC double at championship games. Clark was picked first overall. Taurasi later clarified that her meaning was that making the switch to professional basketball would be challenging. With Griner and Taurasi both scoring 13 points, the Mercury stormed out to an 8-0 lead and led 49-38 at the half. In the third quarter, the Fever went on a 17-0 run to take a 10-point lead, but Phoenix pulled closer at the end of the frame, 67-64. In the first half, there were 2 skirmishes that happened in dead ball situations. In the first quarter, Griner was called for a technical foul while the teams were setting up for a free throw. In the second, the teams engaged in a physical altercation while huddled close to the Indiana hoop following the call of the foul. For the Fever, Smith and Erica Wheeler, and for the Mercury, Copper and Cloud, 2 players each received technical fouls. Smith and Taurasi were called for a flagrant 1 foul in the last minute of the half. With 2:17 left, Cloud was called for a flagrant 1 for fouling Katie Lou Samuelson, who sank both of her free throws to make the score 78-77. On Monday, Phoenix will host Connecticut. On Tuesday, Indiana wraps up a 5-game road trip in Las Vegas. That's all for now. Subscribe and hit the bell for fresh updates from where I'll speak.